Any and all opinions, I'd love to hear them. Remember, this is the Philip DeFranco show. It is also supposed to be a conversation. This is the PDS. It's not just a show. It is a conversation. I mean, let me know what you're thinking. I'd love to know your thoughts on this one. But that said, that's my personal takeaway from it. And whether you agree or disagree, I would love to know your takes. This is not just a show. It is a conversation.
All right, that's what you really want, man. I guess I'm going to give it to you. Now, Phil, I actually filmed part of this video about a week ago, but because of the fires you actually reported on, I had to get evacuated out of my house.
This fire, as of this morning, nearly 100,000 acres have been burned, and it's only 20% contained. Tens of thousands of people under evacuation orders have been displaced.
So what are my opinions on this particular news story? Fuck you, Smokey the Bear. Before we get into the actual video, I need to go see my Daddy Franco shrine real quick. Come with me. That is right, everybody. My Daddy Franco shrine. Every time before I make a YouTube video, I look to it and I ask myself, what would Daddy Franco do? So what would Philip DeFranco do in this situation? You just jump right into it. First story, Philip DeFranco talking about the KSI Logan Paul matchup.
I mean, this event and stuff like it is a bit of a guilty pleasure for me, so I probably won't only be watching it, but I'll probably be doing a simultaneous commentary podcast, maybe with some guests. If you're a YouTuber out there, you want to do it. We'll watch it in my theater room, maybe it'll be amazing, or if not, we can just talk a bunch of shit. You know, like adults do.
Me. I'm a YouTuber. I've been on multiple podcasts, including the Justin and Tubby podcast and Nerd World podcast. I fought MMA for a little over a year. I professionally commentated multiple Smash tournaments. The guys from One List, One Life, they actually came to my family's house in LA and they stayed with me for about 4 days. So they can vouch that I probably won't murder you. Phil, I would love to commentate. I'd love to come down. I'd love to, I don't know, just hang out and just watch a boxing match. It would be so much fun. I know when you usually say other YouTubers, most people mean somebody that has a bigger online presence, but I'd like to put my name in the hat for that. I would love to come down there and watch the fight, because the Lord knows I don't have $8. All right, our second story, let's just jump into it. It's going to be about Sarah Zhang. Sarah Zhang is an editor for the New York Times, was recently just hired. And people went back in her history and they found some very questionable tweets.
Things like hashtag cancel white people, dumbass fucking white people marking up the internet with their opinions like dogs pissing on fire hydrants. Oh man, it's kind of sick how much joy I get out of being cruel to old white men. White men are bullshit. You get the point.
No, Phil, I don't think people do get the point. I think this is the only tweet that really needs to go up there. So out of all the tweets that were said, most of them weren't actually that bad. Hashtag cancel white people. What's the context to that? Some joke about Battlestar Galactica is a show about white people being miserable. That I can actually see as a joke. Fire hydrant thing is just an opinion, whatever. Out of everything being said, this is the only one that I'm like, this really can't excuse. I don't really see how saying the argument of they started it is a valid reason to not do it. Like, I'm on the internet all the time. I get harassed by people constantly. Let's just look through my comments of this week. I guarantee I can find at least one. Oh, there we go. You fucking retard. Daily. I haven't uploaded videos in a while, but daily I get comments and people harassing me and saying horrible shit to me. It's just part of being the internet. I get it. I'm sure Phil gets it. Any YouTuber will tell you that they get it. I don't understand what counter trolling is. Like, in your heart of hearts, what is like the end goal of that situation? So my opinion on this is total is I think what she wrote was absolutely horrible. She doesn't seem like a nice person. I wouldn't hang out with her. But that being said, I think we should have as many voices as possible in the media. You know, I'm Jewish. I had a family member who was actually murdered in the Holocaust. This is literally calling for another genocide. So I find that very distasteful. But that being said, as a private company like Disney, even though they fired the director of Guardians of the Galaxy, and I don't agree with it, Disney has that brand, and I get why they wouldn't want to be associated with that. The New York Times has fired people for way less. I know this for a fact. So the fact that they're cherry picking, being like, oh, because you said racist things about white people, that's okay. But this person over here, another editor, got fired because they were associated with a right-wing person. That's when it gets wrong. Either all of it's okay or none of it's okay. And they have fired people for way less, and I think they should be consistent with their fire. So for that reason and that reason alone, either you need to rehire the people you fired who have also said stupid things on Twitter, or all of them have to go. You can't cherry pick. At New York Times, you lost a lot of your credibility with me on this. It is a complete double standard that this is okay, but other stuff isn't. Either all of it's okay or none of it's okay. And now we have our third story, which is going to be our last story, because I think 3 examples is enough. So Phil actually talks about the difference between celebrities and digital influencers that get paid on Instagram. And I actually, surprisingly, incredibly disagree with you here, Philip DeFranco. Now, that being said, I also understand that you have about 10 years of experience with this, and I have very little experience with this. this, so you might know something I don't, and I generally am curious as to what your opinion is on this.
If we look at Kylie Jenner over the past 4 days, her posts in general get between 3 to 7 million likes per post, and her last 2 non-boomerang videos got 3 million and 7 million views. Then you look to someone that's labeled a digital influencer like a Lele Pons, and you see that her last posts have gotten between 2 to 4 million likes, and her last 2 videos have gotten over 6 million and 21 million views. Yet Lele Pons is listed at 32,500 a spot. If that is even remotely true, that is a batshit crazy discount. And also,
I think the real disconnect here are the two audiences. Kylie Jenner has an adult fan base that has money and can actually buy stuff. When you market to Kylie Jenner's fans, those are teens and girls who are in college or have graduated college, and they can buy those products. Anyone who's watching Lele Pons is not an adult, does not have a credit card. They are all very young children. I don't know a single adult that watches Lele Pons. I've never seen a full Lele Pons video. I can't name a single thing she's in. And I think when you market towards very small children, even if it's millions more, it's not worth as much. Because at the end of the day, they have to get their mom's credit card to buy that thing they want. So yes, that seems why if you're selling makeup, a bunch of children begging their parents to get makeup should get paid a lot less than targeting direct girls that have money and are looking for that product. So I think she should be making more money. Now, I could be wrong, Phil. Maybe you know something I don't. I would love to hear your opinion on this, so let me know down below. So with all that being said, he doesn't just have a show, he has a conversation. And Phil, I look really forward to you taking the time to go over and respond to my opinion because you've been asking me for so many years. And I know you care deeply about all 6+ million subscribers you have. Otherwise, you wouldn't be asking us to comment down below if you didn't read every single one. Without further ado, my name is Mr. Tubby200. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you all next time. Peace!